Najee Harris. Where do I begin? Where do I start? What do you even think about Najee Harris? Look, the number one overall pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year in 2021. He is on our list, the number 5 reason why we need to be positive about our Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you know why? Because Najee Harris is positive about our Pittsburgh Steelers. A few things that come to mind just off the top of my head as I'm doing these little videos right now. We have plenty more to go. 5 down to 1. Najee Harris is always falling forward. Every single run you see that him carry the football, or he goes off a check down route and gets out in space, he falls forward. He carries 3 or 4 people with him every single time. I'm so glad the Steelers drafted Najee Harris number 1. A lot of people wanted the O-line, and sure, that might have helped us out. But if we got the O-line this year, we wouldn't have gotten a star back like Najee Harris. Najee is on the podium on the media side. He's fantastic to watch. He's so funny. He's so humble. There was one thing I disagreed with, but that's going to happen. He didn't know that the overtime existed in the NFL. Fair enough. That's one cut. It doesn't really matter. But Najee's going to give it to you straight every single time. There was a few times in training camp that the reporters brought up and said, "Oh, do you know how to catch one-handed? Will you be doing one-handed catches?" And he said, "What do you mean? I go out there and catch the football. I don't understand what you're trying to say. I go out there, I read my man, I block the man." Been watching some of these things, a little bit of tape showed there was one bit of play in there that showed a block. Najee just puts his heart on the line. He's doing the best he can with the O-line in front of him. He's got over, I think, 800 yards on rushing, so he's got about 3.9 average. And almost, I think he has like about 400 yards, something in receiving too, so he's got 6 touchdowns there. He will be the key for this season, for the 21 season, going into the playoffs if we make that. Getting around Najee and start to build around him. But you have to give him a shout out, and if we do fall and we don't make the playoffs, which could happen, but I'm saying if we don't, Najee was, for me, one of the positives from this season. A lot of fans say, "Oh, we're not going to make the playoffs. We stuck. We stuck. We do. We stink. We suck. This is awful. What a terrible season." But you've got to look at the idea of the whole season in reality. When you're starting to get players like Najee, Frymouth, and getting Kendrick Green and those guys better, getting young guys in and seeing how they progress throughout the season. That's why you kind of watch. That's why I watch football. Seeing what the fellas can do and grow as a person, like Mike Tomlin said to yesterday in his press conference. They groom and grow these players from young men into adult, into warriors, into real men. And even look now with DJ. DJ's getting a lot of football, and he's really starting to turn things on and get behind the steel away. Najee is a bright spot for the future. I just love the way that he's starting to run this football. I like the way how he's communicating with his offense, how he's working with Big Ben. He's doing everything that he's been asked to do, and he's doing more, because every time he gets the football, he falls forward. Now, I had to put him in at number 5, and we still got a long way to go, with 4 next, and then 3, of course, and also 2 and 1, but you have to start with number 5. I just wanted to give him, the rookie, Najee couldn't be the number 1 overall positive thing. I think we had to start with Najee and then work our way down the list. But what a great season so far from the rookie start. He already leads, I think, all-time scrimmage yards, rookie record. So let's chase a few more down. Let's see what he can do in the next few games, the next 4 big games. And Najee is a stud. Just a good person to get around. And if you haven't bought a jersey yet in the last few years, number 22 Harris, you'll grow into that. That will be a fun guy to watch and really get after. And I think he's everyone's mate. He's everyone's friend. Najee's a real deal. And when we start to get pieces on the O-line behind him, and when people start to block and open the holes up for him, he's not afraid of a hit. But he can, he's not the fastest guy, but he can get after it. And once he starts to learn this game more and more, and really figure out how the NFL blocks work, how the NFL lanes work, it's different at college. It's faster than college. So we'll see what can happen in his career, and I hope that Najee can remain successful and build himself into being a Pittsburgh Steeler for life.
As a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you've really got to thank your lucky stars that we aren't some of these teams. And I could have chose many more. I could have chosen, put in the Falcons, the Seahawks, as they're playing pretty bad football too, or the Washington football team. But I wanted to focus on these four teams that I've just listed before you. The Jaguars, the Texans, Jets, and Lions. Okay. These four teams, right now, if you want to talk about playoffs, start talking about playoffs. They're eliminated. They're done. So we need to thank our lucky stars that we're not fans of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We aren't fans of the New York Jets. Going through terrible, terrible times, and it must be very hard. Yes, we are 6-6-1, but at the same time, imagine being a Jaguar fan, getting the number 1 draft pick, and now you go 2-11. And then to follow that up, the Jets as well, getting Zach Wilson and 3-10. Actually, 3 wins doesn't look too bad for them. Now, when the slides previous before, you have the Texans 2-11, and the Lions 1-11 and 1 tie with us. Yes, they tied with us. We'll move on. Okay, they tied with the Steelers, but these 4 teams are a representative of really, really bad football teams. And if I was a fan of these 4 teams, I would still cheer them on. If I chose, 20 years ago, I chose that my favorite color was blue, and I would support the Detroit Lions. You better believe I would be out there cheering on the Lions or getting behind the 2002 Texans when they came into the league. I could have chose them because they were the new team. I could have chose the Jacksonville Jaguars if they got Maurice Jones-Drew when he was going off, So many reasons why I could have chose any of these teams. However, I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and you've got to be thankful for that. Very thankful that we still have a shot in the playoffs, and we'll talk about it in the next few slides, the next few points. But very thankful that we aren't, the combined win total is 8 wins and 43 losses and 1 tie. So, yeah, I'm thankful to be a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I'm thankful that every single year, we have a chance to win the division, chance to win in the playoffs, chance to go to the playoffs, chance to do something in the playoffs. Those 4 teams that I laid out before you with a little slide there, I'm very happy. I'm very happy that we can get around our black and gold Steelers, and we can really see what can happen every single year with Big Ben. Some people want us to tank, but at the same time, you've got to be thankful that you're not these teams. And we still have a shot. We still have a shot at the playoffs. So these 4 teams have been eliminated. I just wanted to put that back out there. Look, it's not that bad. Okay. Positive wise, it's not that bad being 6-6-1. And sometimes you have to chuckle a little bit at the teams like the Jets, the Lions, Jaguars and the Texans, because collectively they have 8 wins together. And we Steelers have 6-1, right? The tie always gets me. So yeah. Number 4, it's fine. We're not these teams. Number 4, we aren't these teams. That's the 4th positive for the 2021 season. We aren't these 4 teams. Next.
Okay, number 3 on our list on the top 5 reasons or top ideas to be positive around the Pittsburgh Steelers 2021 season is our mate TJ Watt, number 90. As you just saw with that fantastic video there, TJ Watt is always around the football. Yes, TJ Watt has been injured, and maybe some games people would say he played a little bit slow in certain circumstances. But TJ Watt for the 2021 season, he signed a massive deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he's going to be a Pittsburgh Steel for life. We just need TJ Watt to get healthy because every time he's in the game, he affects a certain play. He's so fun to watch. You know, I haven't got a Watt jersey just yet because you know he might pass the James Harrison jersey that I have. I had so much respect and I love to watch James Harrison play as a Pittsburgh Steeler. But TJ Watt is in approaching their all-time sack, the sack lead with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But he has been a standout for the 2021 season. Always a fun player to watch, and he will be another reason as we go along the list, another reason why we'll have a chance in the last 4 games to hopefully go to the playoffs. You know, I'm very optimistic about that, and every time we turn the television on, it's TJ Watt's show. You know, he's had multiple sack games. He sacked the Bears 3 times. He sacked Lamar 3 times. He leads the league in sacks, and he has about, I think, 2 less games or 3 less games than the other person might have been Myles Garrett. TJ Watt he's just a player, mate. He's just a true Steeler. Everyone wants to get around him. There are some people who say he hasn't turned up in the playoffs. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done that. But still progressing into a great player and could be at his peak, really. You know, if he goes out in the next 4 games and gets 2 sacks per game, he could maybe break the all-time record, which is, I think, 23 sacks for the season. Now, there is more games, sure, but TJ Watt would have been playing less games. I do like his mentality. I do like the way how he plays this game. He's a Watt man. All the Watt brothers, even Derek Watt still plays pretty hard for us on special teams. So TJ Watt is just fun to watch for a Steeler fan. And he's the number 3 reason why we need to be positive, really. You know, like I said in the previous video, you have to get around your team no matter what. And if it is a down season, so be it. You say to yourself, well, TJ Watt had a great season. There's individual, accolades throughout the season and to get around certain players. But yes, we want to get around the whole team, and the whole team needs to do better. I understand that. The whole team needs to do a lot better than what they're doing right now. The defense is letting up way too many yards on the rush. They're letting up way too many 3rd and 13s, 3rd and 12s. It's been like that for years. Could be a cultural thing, but there is one reason how you do change this locker room, and it would be through TJ Watt. Him setting the example and getting people, playing like him. Man, if some of these players could play half what he does, we have a chance like every single Sunday. So yeah, shout out to TJ Watt, mate. I think we all know he had to make this list. He makes my list for the top 5. I think we're ready to go to the next one. I think TJ Watt's a superstar. I think he's going to ball out in the next. If he's healthy, if TJ Watt's healthy in the next 4 games, we could see 2 sacks per game. We've got Titans coming up, Ryan Tannehill. We have Baker. Look out, Baker. My apologies. We have Mahomes first. Tannehill, Mahomes, Baker, and maybe Lamar Jackson. So there are 4 quarterbacks that TJ Watt wants to get after, and he wants to. This could be the last quarter. Could be huge. It could be huge for this defense to forget the rest and go after it. And TJ, go and get that NFL record, mate. Go and get it. You know, you've had time off with your injuries and your groin and stuff like that. But maybe it's time for you to go and get the Pittsburgh Steelers record. I think you're half a sack away from James Harrison's record. Once you get that, go for the NFL. And the forced fumbles and the pass deflections and the tackles for a loss. 4 more games to go. TJ Watt, mate. I think it's his time. It's TJ time, and it's also time for number 2. Number 2 on our most positive, top 5 positive reasons for the 2021 season. all starts with this, and I want to start with this premise. You might be thinking, hey Mark, why are you wearing headphones? Why are you wearing headphones? You're not doing streaming, you're not conducting any interviews, and you're not even listening to any music. Why would I be listening to headphones right now? It doesn't make any sense, right? And to a certain fact, it's not even plugged in. That's why. So the reason why I'm not wearing any headphones is I'm going to revert the question back to you, okay? Why would you wear headphones, Mark? Well, I'm going to say to you, the listener, and some of the fans out there, why do you discount Ben? Why are you saying that Big Ben is my number 2 for the top 5 positive reasons for the 2021 season? And a lot of people, the same reason why they're asking me, hey Mark, why are you wearing the headphones? You're not doing any interviews, you're not live streaming, you're not yelling at the TV. I ask the question back. Why do people think after 18 years that Big Ben is the worst quarterback in history or Pittsburgh Steelers history? The guy has done so much for us as a Steelers fan, be from 2004 drafted, rookie year, won 14 games, Steeler record. He's got 2 Super Bowl titles. He's been to 3, he's countless division wins. He owns Ohio. They say that Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears. Big Ben owns Ohio. He has I think he has 60 wins or something. 60, is it 60? He's at least he's beat the Browns and Bengals 30 times each. You know what I'm saying? He's beat them a lot. So the reason why I'm wearing headphones, because it doesn't make any sense. None of this makes any sense, okay? And the reason why a lot of people, discount this fella, Ben Roethlisberger, is that he's been part of the Steelers for so long. And I'm going to take these headphones off to make a point, because I just want to make a point. Okay? Big Ben. Yeah. He's our quarterback, mate. If this is Big Ben's last year, we've got to rally behind this guy. Okay? We've really got to rally behind this guy, and he can do it. Yes, we've been playing very, very, very bad football. But you know why we have a chance to win every single game? We're 6-1 with the last 4 to go. It's because of Big Ben Roethlisberger, number 7. Pittsburgh's franchise quarterback for the last 18 years. That's a long time. That's a very long time. It's a crazy long time. It's the only quarterback I know. Like T.O. said when he was crying over Tony Romo. That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. Okay? Big Ben's the guy. He's the guy. He's the guy last year. He's the guy 2 years ago. He's the guy 3 years ago. He's the guy this year. All those fans that are saying, fire Big Ben, bench Big Ben, bring in Haskins, bring in Rudolph, just don't understand that Big Ben gives us the best chance to win every single week. And if this is Big Ben's last ride, let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy the 4 games that we have left with him. 2 at home, 1 versus the Tennessee Titans, and then 1 versus the Browns coming in as well. We also go away to KC, and we go away to the Ravens Stadium. So you better believe as well, if we have a chance, if we go 2-1, and it's Big Ben's last game, he's going to want to win that game, okay? He wants to win all 4 of these. He has such a high ego. A lot of people don't like him because of that. And I maybe would be for one as well. If he wasn't on my team, I probably wouldn't like him as much. But he's done so much for the franchise. He's had so many good receivers. And we need to rally behind Big Ben and get after it. And really, yeah, he's my number 2. My number 2 positive reason for the 2021 season. I hope you guys enjoy the number 1 reason coming up right now. Pittsburgh Steelers fans, do not adjust your TV. This is correct. We have a chance to go to the playoffs. Playoffs? We're going to the playoffs. We're going to the Super Bowl. You know why? Because I'm wearing pretty much 30% of what I own right now in black and gold. I've got 2 jerseys on. I've got 6 jerseys behind me. I've got 2 terrible towels. The number 1 fan right here. We're going to the playoffs, okay? The number 1 reason for you to be positive about our Pittsburgh Steelers is we're going to the playoffs. We're going to do it. We're going to get there. We're going to go and play our heart out. And we're going to the... Oh, I was going to swear. We're going to the playoffs. Okay? And the reason how we're going to get there is we're going to win 4 in a row. Here we go, Steelers. 4 in a row. By the way, I'm damn hot, but I don't care. It is about 100 degrees in Australia right now. And I'm wearing 25% of what I own, but we're going to do it because we're going to go to the playoffs. Okay? The number one reason why you should be positive to be a Steel fan right now in the 2021 season is we still have a chance. We have a chance to go to the playoffs. Okay? We are 2 games behind the AFC North right now, behind the Baltimore Ravens. 1 game behind the Bengals, 1 game behind the Browns. Okay? If we can win all our games out, we can go 4 and win our games out. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row. And if we beat the Browns, beat the Ravens, if the Ravens lose one more time, if the Browns lose one more time, I don't think it really matters actually. If the Bengals lose one more time, that's it. If we win 4 games in a row, and the other 3 teams lose at least 1, and we play the Ravens, we play the Browns, okay? We have a chance to win the AFC North Division, and we're going to the playoffs, okay? Now, I'm not saying we're going to go to the Super Bowl, but we still have a chance in this dance. And like the old saying, who's the bloke? Lloyd from Dumber and Dumber. So you're telling me there's a chance? There's always a chance with our Pittsburgh Steelers. So hopefully every week now, I want you guys to wear all the Steelers stuff you can get. Bring your medals, bring your beanies, your hats, your 2 terrible towels, everything. I want you to bring it. I want you to bring it all, okay? Because we're going to the playoffs. Got to win 4 in a row. Yes, we played really bad, but as we can win 4 in a row and get pumped up to do it. We got Najee, we got Roethlisberger, we got Claypool, if he's sorted himself out by then. We've got the O-line, the brute of an O-line. We have Fryermuth, DJ on the outside, flip to the defense. We have TJ Watt. We have Minka. We have Terrell Edmonds, Highsmith, Cameron Hayward. You name it, we got it. We got Devin Bush. That's right. I said we got Devin Bush. And we know also we have? We have a chance. We have a chance to go 4-0 because you got to get around your Pittsburgh Steelers. You got to get around your Pittsburgh Steelers. 4-0. Here we go.